So recently I turned 30. Okay, not recently. I turned 30 beginning of this year. And it's so funny. I remember when I was like around, let's say 27, 28, 29. I was so excited to hit the age 30. As in, I will talk about so much passion with so much excitement, just cannot wait to turn 30. And then I turned 30 and now what? So what? Like, what's the big deal? Like, like a, it's not like I've entered a new life or I've entered a new world. I'm still the same girl, still trying to figure out this thing that we call life. Nothing has changed. The only thing is changing, or the only thing has changed is my age. And I don't actually know why I was so excited to turn a certain age. I think it's normal. I think there are certain ages in your life that you do look forward to turning. I guess you just want to see how life will turn out or what you'll look like if you've, like self-reflection, if you've matured, if you've, gained more skills, you've bettered yourself. I think that's what I was very excited for. And don't get me wrong, like hitting a new age, it's a milestone. Like moving from my 20s to my 30s, I literally thank God so much because not many people make it to the age of 30. And I'm very, very, very grateful and humbled that I've made it to the age of 30. But this is where the pressure of this thing called life comes in because we're comparing ourselves to the Jones. Until this day, I don't know who the Jones are. Please, if you know who they are, come and show me, come and find me so that I can see who these people are that we're always in competition. Well, we're feeling pressured, especially by the things that we see on social media. We see people doing well. Recently, there's this thing that I've seen. I think it's an African thing. I've just come across it. It's 30s, under 30. And I don't know, it kind of just hit me. I'm like, 30, under 30, that could be me, but am I where I want to be? And then you start comparing yourself, then you start doubting yourself, and then you just think, you know what? You give up before you even started. And I think a lot of people can relate to this. We're having this battle within ourselves where you're constantly like, you want to try this, you want to do this, you want to become this. We're like, are people going to be interested? Are people going to want to be involved? Are people going to want to support me? Like, who do I think I am trying to start something new? And I tell you this as I tell myself this. If you continue to listen to what people have to say, my dear friend, my dear sister, you will not progress. You will not go anywhere. Like I said, as I am telling you this, I'm telling myself this. We like to listen to people too much. It's so annoying. Why do we do this to ourselves? Why are we fighting ourselves constantly? You want to try the damn thing? Do the damn thing. I remember Patricia Bright. For those of you who do not know who she is, she started as a content creator, specifically on YouTube, and now she's just living her best life, and I really do admire her. Anyways, she has done a lot of things in her life. She's done a lot of businesses. She's achieved a lot. And I remember years ago when I was in my early 20s, I remember her saying, if you're gonna fail fast and pick yourself up and carry on. And when she said that, believe you me, I was like, yeah, that's so true. Yeah, if you fail fast. I never understood what she meant until recently it hit home. That if you're gonna try something, especially now, I'm talking to my people in their 20s, right? If you're gonna try something in your 20s, please just do it. And if you feel like you don't see the progress or you don't see where it's going, you just have to keep going because you just don't know when things are going to change. And if it doesn't work out, it's okay. You're in your 20s. That's the time to make mistakes and pivot and try new things. Like, don't take your 20s for granted, And it's like, it's also one of the best times because then you get to discover more things about yourself. You get to know the things you like, the things you dislike, the things you're good at, the things you're not so good at. So, Charlie, if you're going to start something, try it, do it now, and just move on. Because when you start hitting your 30s and you go on and beyond, it's not the end goal. It's not like, oh my gosh, I've hit 30 and I've not achieved all the things that I want to achieve. It doesn't mean like your world has come to an end. Do you know what I mean? It's just, again, trying to keep up with the Jones, and we must have this thing called life figured out and all this kind of stuff. You know, it's a path, it's a journey. You don't just arrive there. You've got to work towards it. And the word that I keep hearing everywhere I go, when I'm listening to podcasts, listening to, interviews, everything, everyone always says consistency. Before, it used to annoy me because that's what you hear on YouTube. Oh, if you want to blow, if you want to grow, consistency, 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 consistency. But it really is the way. If you're going to do something, go hard. Don't try one day. Don't try 2 days and then you give up. Is it going to be a day one or one day? Think about it. Is it going to be a day one or a one day? And that brings me to a time in my life and come to share a story. So story time, right? So again, I was in my 20s, right? I finished uni, didn't know what to do with my life. I tried so many places to get a job. Nobody wanted me. I was so frustrated, right? Then I had to sit down and speak with myself and ask myself, what do you want to do? What do you like? What do you really want to do? And then I realized, okay, yeah, there's a thing that I like to do, but because they told me no when I was a kid, I forgot about it. Anyways, it came up again in my thoughts, and I heard God saying to me, why don't you try modeling again? And I was like, okay, God, but before I do that, I think the most important thing is to work on my confidence. Because right now, I was at a point in my life where things were not going well for me. And so my low self-esteem was kicking in and all that kind of stuff. I was like, God, if I'm going to try and do something with my life, I want to go and do a course or something on self-confidence and self-love. If you've been following my journey, you know there was a time where I've been preaching self-love. I'd still preach self-love because that was one of like the pivotal moments in my life where it really helped me to like stay focused and just believe in myself, right? Anyways, so I was sitting there on my phone, just scrolling, looking for courses. Then I came across this. Thing. That's what I thought it was at the time. Some of you may know the story already. Some of you may not know, but I'm telling my story. Scrolled, went through, saw like they do like workshop on, body confidence, body positivity, all that kind of stuff. I was like, yes, this is exactly what I need. Anyways, long story short, joined, went for the audition. I didn't tell anybody. I just didn't think anyone needed to know because I wanted to do this for myself. Went for the audition. No, sorry, went for the workshop. We learned how to like, pose, be comfortable in front of the camera, how to walk in heels and all that kind of, and just how to learn how to dress according to your body size and your body shape. So it was basically like a, body positivity workshop for like curvy plus size women. And so, went for it. And then they were like, do you want to stay behind for the audition? I didn't know there was like a thing to audition. I just came for the workshop. And I was like, yeah, why not? Guys, let me tell you, when I was doing my audition, the way I felt in my audition, it was so bad that all the judges were laughing. And then I had that moment, where like you have the angel and the devil talking to you at the same time, and you're deciding which one are you going to listen to. So obviously the devil was telling me, just stay on the floor because you've disgraced yourself already. And then the angel was like, pick yourself up and carry on. And obviously, because I love Jesus and I'm a Jesus girl, I got up, picked myself up, and I carried on walking. I did not care. I acted like as if nothing happened. Even though the judges were still laughing, I still did my walk and I still gave it to them. I was like, listen, yeah, fool or no fool, I'm going to show you what I'm made of. But deep down here, I was crying inside. Anyways, so I did the audition. Didn't expect anything because, come on, I felt flat on my face during my audition. There's no way they're going to call me back for anything. So I just ignored, all of that. Anyways, a few weeks later, I got an email saying, congratulations, you've made it to the next stage. Would you like to come back for another challenge? And I was like, what is this? Is this a scam or something? Then I realized it was connected to the workshop that I went to. Then I realized, oh, it's a workshop / a competition. I was like, okay, I wasn't expecting to join a competition, but hey, let's go with it. Long story short, went for all the rehearsals. I took it so seriously. Like every weekend, I'm taking my suitcase because I've got my heels in there. I've got my change of clothes to go and rehearse and all that kind of stuff. And I had no money. Like every time I had to go to these places, I'd be asking God, how am I going to get to these places? Like, God, I do not have money. Like, because I wasn't working. And then God would just be like, just go. Somehow God provides, as he always does. So I went for all these rehearsals. Like I was traveling around London. I was going to places that I've never seen before. But it was a good experience. I got to know London a bit more. Anyways, cut long story short again. Then I made it to the semi-finals and I was like, okay, this is getting quite serious, right? So how I qualified for the semi-finals is we had to do like this is the challenge photo shoot where you're given an outfit and basically you take pictures, so do your makeup, your hair, your shoes, everything. You just look glamorous from head to toe. Unfortunately for me, where we had to do it was like the other side of London. It was so far. So I got there late. I was one of the last girls to get there. So therefore, I had like all the leftovers, the outfits, the makeup artist, most of them had gone. There was no hairstylist, but I made sure that my hair was done looking good because I also do hair. So I thought, okay, well, whatever I'm going to do, just make sure that my hair is nice. If they want to change it, cool. Got there, the outfits, there was barely anything left for me. The outfit I wore was so horrendous, but hey, I had to go with it. Took my pictures. The photographer was just not really giving me any energy to show that, yeah, girl, you're looking good or anything like that. So I felt really like, again, like, what am I doing? So it was hard for me to like feel all confident in front of the camera, but I thought this is all part of the process, right? Let me just continue doing it. So now we had to, after all the pictures were taken, they placed it on Instagram, and we had to like get our friends and families to vote on the pictures they liked and who qualifies to the semi-finals. I didn't really like bother because I was like, again, I was left with the leftovers. But God being God, I made it to the semi-finals. And on the day of the actual show, this is when I decided to tell my family, because obviously I have gone this far. I need to at least tell someone. So I told my family, I was like, right, this is what I've been doing. It's quite serious. Need you to come to the show. End of discussion. So my family came. Were like, what is it? I was like, I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm doing it and I enjoy it. And I want you to come and support me. So they came. The day of the show, we had to do like a catwalk, and we had like sponsors who gave us clothes to model it and walk down and get our pictures done. I was enjoying myself. Like the whole process, I was enjoying myself, even though there was trips and bumps and falls and things like that. I still enjoyed it. Then they announced the final 5. my name was mentioned. I said, excuse me. Then they mentioned the final three. I said, excuse me. Then they announced the winner. They mentioned my name. I said, excuse me. I literally had a blank moment. I literally was just like, what? All this struggle, carrying my suitcase to the other side of England with no money, nothing. All of this, and God, you crowned me the winner. And it was a big deal because it was out of 10,000 women across the UK, and I was the winner. I said, God, what does this mean? Like, what? Anyways, long story short, the reason why I share this story, after that, my whole life changed. And, I took the modeling career very serious, and I just went to continue to pursue it. And it's been an amazing journey. I've met so many people. I've done amazing things, and it's all by God's grace. And I look back and I'm just like, so if I had listened to people, because at the time people were like, what are you doing? What is this? Stop harassing yourself. You don't have money anyways. Why are you going to these rehearsals? Blah, 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 blah. And I just think to myself, if I hadn't take that leap of faith and just go with the flow, like I wouldn't even be telling you the story. Do you know what I mean? And it's opened so many doors for me, and I'm so grateful to God. So the reason why I share this story again is because if you want to try something, if you want to do something and you're not sure about it, do it. You don't lose anything, and you don't know where it's going to take you. And you don't know what doors God has opened for you. And another thing that I've learned recently that I don't think most Christians tap into, like, it bothers me a lot. I really don't want to be in front of Jesus's face when he comes and he asks me, what did you do with all the gifts I gave you? Because let's face it, in life, we do get complacent, we do get comfortable, and so we don't even make the effort to continue to do other things that God has called us to do. We get so comfortable and lazy, and it's so annoying. And it's like, do you want to be in front of God and you be like, oh God, I was so tired, oh God, I was so frustrated, oh God, it was hard, oh God, it was this. How many years have you been on this earth and that was the only excuse you gave? Or even look at the story in the Bible, where the owner, or the man, I'm just paraphrasing, he he gave talents to three men. He gave 5 talents to one man, and then I think the other one was 2 and the other one was 1. The person with the 5 talents, he doubled it and did well. The second person also doubled it and did well. And then the last person, he buried his talent. And then the owner came back and said, oh, okay, so the gifts I gave you, what did you do with them? Then they all came to say their story. Oh, I did this and I got more, and I did this and I doubled. The last one, oh, I buried mine. He buried his because he was afraid. He buried his book because he wasn't thinking of the future. He was just thinking of, maybe it's too hard, or maybe I can't progress, and the journey's too hard. I can't see the end goal. Like, I've only got one talent and it's hard. I'm tired. I'm not seeing the fruits. So I just buried that talent. And it's like, when you go to the graveyard, you see so many people who have been, dead and gone. And you think to yourself, all those talents that we have not got, like we didn't get to see, are all just underground. And you're just like, I don't want to be like that. I want to leave. You want to leave a legacy, at least in your own right, because we're not here on this earth to just wake up, go to work, come home, spend time with your family. There's more to life than that, and this is why you have to figure out your purpose and know why God has called you, because we're all here for a reason. We're not here by accident. If anyone told you you were born by accident, the devil's a liar. You were born for a purpose. So figure out what you're supposed to do, and whatever you enjoy doing, keep doing it. But remember, whatever you do, don't think about, oh gosh, I can make this money and I can make that money. Think about the goal. Why are you doing what you're doing? How is it going to help people? Because your gifts are not for you. Your gifts are for people. So use it wisely. Anyways, guys, I think I have spoken enough. So yeah, I'll see you guys on my next one. Stay blessed and God bless. Bye.